nice to see all of you back on my YouTube channel. So as promised, I'm going to be talking about a film that I've seen earlier this week. I was part of a very special screening that was held in the city where I got the chance to watch the much awaited Padmaavat. Now let me tell you guys, I have already spoken a lot about my experience, but then I really felt the need to discuss a lot more, and I already did a review. If you haven't got the chance, I will send a link up here so you can check out the review and all the other reactions. But I have got enough reasons to tell you why Padmaavat deserves a watch, be it in 2D, 3D or IMAX 3D. It's also one of the first Indian films to release in IMAX 3D, which is an experience in itself. Now Sanjay Leela Bhansali's Padmaavat, or Padmaavati as it was earlier called, has been in the news ever since the film was launched and they started shooting, etc. But we're not gonna get into the controversies. We are going to be talking about why Padmaavat is one of the best films to have released in recent times, and this is definitely one of Hindi cinema's most amazing and breathtaking gems. So without any further delay, let's get started and get into the reasons why Padmaavat is a must-watch. Now, number one reason is definitely going to be Shahid Kapoor. I'm not being biased. I have enough number of reasons why I loved his performance in the film. His style, the poise, the personality, his dialogue delivery was absolutely amazing. You do require the perfect voice modulation, get your expressions right, ensure that the dialect, etc. comes all together when it comes to acing your dialogue delivery in a film, especially for a character of this stature. He's a Rajput king. Also, it's his first time playing a king on screen. Now, we've seen him in a variety of shades over the years, and each time Shahid has come up and taken things a notch above with all his characters, be it Tommy Singh in Udta Punjab, then you had of course even Jamadar Nawab Malik in Rangoon, and now you've got Raja Rawal Ratan Singh in Padmaavat. So every time he makes an appearance on the screen, you really feel that he owns that scene because his presence itself is so larger than life. His costumes, of course, the way he walks in those amazing outfits, I just feel like giving him a 10 on 10 for that, because you do require the perfect attitude to carry those outfits, and he does a fantastic job at that. A lot of sequences require him to do all the talking through his eyes, and he just nails it there, because although he's not speaking, although he's just they're exchanging quick glances, be it Deepika with Shahid, or even the face off between him and Ranveer, who's playing Khilji. There's so much that Shahid can say through his eyes. The intensity is just next level. So I can have enough reasons to keep saying why he was the number one reason why Padmaavat needs to be watched. He has really taken his character to the next level and delivered a performance that is definitely gonna be a memorable one for a very long time. Certainly his finest act, and this is one of my personal statements. This is really truly what I believe. After Dilip Kumar ji in Mughal Azam and Hrithik Roshan in Jodha Akbar, it's Shahid Kapoor who has nailed the character of a king on the big screen in Hindi cinema. So that's that. I mean, I need not say anything more than that. I really felt that each and every detail has been taken into consideration, and that's one of SLB's USP. Sanjay Leela Bhansali gets it right with all his films when it comes to detailing the costumes worn by Deepika, Shahid, Ranveer, all the other characters, even Mehru Nisa, which is Aditi Rao Haizri's character, even her costumes were simply mind-blowing. The little detailing, the accessories, even the dupattas, etc. Everything has been, there's a lot of effort that has gone behind getting everything together, and that has actually paid off, because when you look at this film on the big screen, you do feel that this is a larger than life experience. Even the VFX, the production design, everything is simply fantastic. So a lot of detailing has gone into making and getting everything together. The VFX also, the minute little details here and there, they don't look off, they just look perfect. So definitely detailing is another reason why you do enjoy the overall experience and presentation of this film. Number 3 is of course Deepika Padukone. Now, like I said, I'm not giving out these reasons in any particular order because all of them are so good that they all deserve the number 1 spot. Deepika Padukone is the heart and soul of Padmaavat. She is oh so beautiful, but beyond the beauty is actually the courage and grit with which she has performed. Her expressions are simply out of this world. Every time she cries or she sheds a tear, she speaks so much with her eyes, just like Shahid. So it's an absolute pleasure and treat to watch Deepika perform on the big screen. She looks divine in those costumes. You really feel like, a goddess has descended on earth, and that's the kind of vibes that she gives you. She takes things to the next level, I feel, because it's not just her body language or her personality, her movements that do all the talking. It's the expressions where she just hits it out of the park, especially towards the climax, where I feel her character rises above everything around and becomes so grand and so big that you are just left shocked. Because for me personally, I felt that I really couldn't move out of my seat. I was just there sinking in the whole feeling, getting that kind of an immersive experience, because I was shocked watching Deepika do something that was just out of this world. I cannot describe or discuss it in detail, because then it might be like a spoiler giving it all away, but most of you already know what the climax is gonna be like. Not giving too much away, I really feel you're gonna get goosebumps all over your body when you watch Deepika perform, and she was simply brilliant. I wouldn't be surprised if the actors of the film sweep away all the awards at the award functions next year. So Deepika, here's a big flying kiss to you, because you deserve all the love. You were simply brilliant. Now, what's a Sanjay Leela Bhansali period drama without good music? Now, we have all been fans of some of his previous albums, be it Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, Devdas, or the most recent Bajirao Mastani. Personally, I felt that the entire album deserves a mention, and because the songs are really very good. Although Ek Dil Ek Jaan also released, which is, I think, a soulful, melodious, beautiful romantic track. There's another track called Binte Dil, which is really very good. Arijit Singh has done a fantastic job with that song, and it's also picturized in a very interesting manner. You should watch it, and I got goosebumps listening to that song, because it's really sung so well. I also feel Bhansali's music had the perfect vibe going on for both the worlds, be it the more Arabic lyrics that the other two songs had, which is Khali Bali and Binte Dil, or the more Rajasthani kind of a flavor that Ghumar and Ek Dil Ek Jaan had. So for me, the music definitely was fantastic. Khali Bali is an absolute delight to watch on the big screen. Ranveer Singh has danced like how? I mean, he's just gone completely all out performing on this number. I really hope they bring out the music video of this song very soon, because you're gonna love it. I also feel the song has been sung really well. If I'm not wrong, the singer is Shivam Pathak. Job well done, Shivam. It has good dancey vibes, very much like Malhari and Tatad from the other two movies, which also featured Ranveer Singh, but this one is in a league of its own. But more than the music album, I felt it's the background score that definitely deserves a lot of applause and accolades, because that was the real jaan of the movie and supported the film in so many ways than one. So the music, both the background score as well as the soundtrack, is fantastic. Now, time and again, I've mentioned how I've been waiting to watch Deepika and Shahid come together in a movie, and what better than Padmaavat? Their chemistry is adorable. They're so endearing. And not just that, I feel, their smile, their exchange of glances, the way they look at each other, even, it's a very sweet, very romantic, dreamy chemistry that you get to see in the film. Every time they come in front of each other, whenever they talk, although they might not have too many exchange of words, they do say a lot using their eyes, and their expressions do it all. They really look very good together, and I can't wait to see them do another movie soon. But for now, I really feel this is one of the most crackling chemistries that I've seen. And I had mentioned, I mean, if you follow me on Twitter, I had mentioned that the day Deepika and Shahid come together, they're going to create fireworks, and they sure did. Now, Bhansali's movies have been known to have elaborate costumes with some fabulous detailing, and Padmaavat is no different. Padmavati's costume is simply scintillating. It's a vision, and it's a delightful vision that you get to see. She looks dreamy, she looks gorgeous. Her makeup, her jewelry, her outfits are simply out of this world. I'm sure they're gonna become references for many weddings in the upcoming season, because the detailing on all the lehengas and even the dupattas, etc., is simply mind-blowing. Special mention to the armors, because they hold a very, very special place in the climax and do a very important job. The armors were very well designed, and if you get into the detailing and analyzing bit, you will notice that both Ranveer and Shahid's armors were designed in a very, very specific manner, keeping in mind the dynasties that they come from. So their styles, their color, even the detailing on their armor was completely different. That was something that I really liked, because it's important to understand that, back in time, the 13th century was, a time where there were several dynasties, and each one of them had obviously certain details and things that stood out for who they are as, and it gave them an identity of their own. So that kind of a detailing that went into the armor was definitely a job well done. So the costume department deserves a pat on their back for some really good work in this movie. Bhansali's vision with the costume department coming together has, done wonders for the film. Of course, I cannot talk about Padmaavat without discussing how good Ranveer Singh was. He plays the dark, edgy, wild and menacing Alauddin Khilji. He is, of course, the great big antagonist of the film. He's a dark villain in every sense. His character displays a variety of emotions throughout the film, and that's what the character demanded, and Ranveer has actually stayed true to every demand that the character had, and a lot more, because the physicality, the look, everything else is a breakaway from what he has done in the past. I'm very sure when Ranveer mentioned that Alauddin Khilji left a very, very strong impact, and he had to really take a lot of time to get out of it and move on and do another movie. So I'm very sure, because the character itself is so dark. You will never have enough words to describe a complex character like this, and Ranveer Singh does a fine job of getting into the shoes of this wild, crazy character and doing a fantastic job out of it, because there is not a single frame in the movie where you sympathize with him, and that's the biggest win for any antagonist, and you feel that throughout the movie. His face-offs with Shahid Kapoor deserve a special mention, because both of them are such strong actors. When you see such two fine artists coming together and displaying their fine talent, it's just a treat to watch. So the face-off was one of my favorite parts of the movie, where I saw both of them come together, and Ranveer has just done a commendable job with his character. I feel a performance that again will be remembered for a long time, because it's not easy to get a complex character like this correct in every manner and nail it so well. And I'm sure if you're a Ranveer Singh fan, you will watch it. Ditto for Deepika and Shahid. If you are a huge fanatic, or if you're a Deepika crazen, or if you're a Ranveerian, I'm sure you'll go watch the movie anyway. But for any other moviegoer, a cinephile, or anybody who loves cinema, or even otherwise, if you enjoy watching movies, their performances are the strength, the backbone, and the biggest highlight of this movie. The film wouldn't have been what it is without each of these actors, and all three of them have done a fantastic job. Ranveer, Shahid, Deepika, you guys take a bow. Now, next up, of course, is the technical department. Now, there are many things to love about this film. The VFX was really good, like I mentioned before. The production design was also completely perfect. I absolutely loved the cinematography of the movie. Bhansali's movies always stand out for the kind of sets that they make, because it's grand, it's opulent, it's majestic, and really out of this world. A lot of efforts, too many people. It's actually the efforts of hundreds and hundreds of people where they come together and create this world. I also thought the casting was completely top notch, because each character, whoever's playing whichever role, has just got it bang on. Be it Raza Murad as Jalaluddin Khilji, Malika-e-Jahan Mehrunisa, which is essayed by Aditya Rao Hyadri, and of course a star who really shines bright in the ensemble cast is Jim Sarbh. Jim Sarbh was simply too good as Malik Ghafoor. His character lends a lot to Khilji's world, which is the entire Khilji dynasty. His character really lends a lot to that world, and even to the narrative. in all. So I really feel Jim Sarbh stood out with an excellent performance in this movie. So did Aditi Rao Hydari. She plays a very, very beautiful looking Mehrunisa. Although she has got very little screen space, I really felt she did create an impact with whatever little time she had. And I felt the and overall casting itself was really very good. There were also actors who were playing Gora Badal. There was the actor who played Raghav Chetan, and many other characters who really got their act bang on, because I really feel that, you know, a very good director does have the perfect amount of talent to extract the perfect performance from every actor, and that's how Bhansali has just nailed it in that space. The choreography of the movie was simply out of this world. Two of my favorite songs where I really liked the choreography was, of course, Ghumar, because it was just out of this world to watch Deepika perform the traditional folk dance of Ghumar. Although it had its own share of controversy, I'm not going to be getting there, but watching Ghumar on the big screen is an experience in itself. And of course, there was the Khali Bali choreographed by Ganesh Acharya. Now, the last time Ganesh and Ranveer came together in Malhari, they gave us signature steps that we continue to perform at every event, be it a wedding, be it a dance event, anywhere. And now there's a very cool step in Khali Bali that you're gonna really love. I really loved the choreography. Performers dancing behind Ranveer, all of them were so in sync. The synchronization, expressions, the choreography was just too good. The signature move is something that you're gonna remember, because every time now I hear Khali Bali, I keep doing that step. So I really loved the choreography of Khali Bali. So overall, the technical department has really done a great job with Padmaavat. The fight sequences in the film were simply brilliant, because the sword fighting, the face-off between Ranveer and Shahid were very well choreographed. It did not look too over the top. It did not look like, you know, we've seen this before. So it was really something that was well created, well choreographed. So action sequences were definitely there, and they really did a good job with that. It's not too gory, it's not too violent. It was just what it is, and it does create an impact. And finally, of course, the captain of the ship. The magic of Bhansali is something that cannot be missed. I mean, come on. He is the one who has got all of this together. I really think the magic of Bhansali has worked in Padmaavat. He has successfully managed to get together some incredible artists to work on Padmaavat, be it the performers, members of the technical crew. And Bhansali himself, as a director, he has done an amazing job in creating this world of the three characters and giving us such a great experience at the movies. And I really feel seldom that you get to see something that's not just a film, it's an experience in itself. You need to head out to the cinema hall and watch it, to soak it all in. And I really feel that Bhansali has done just that with Padmaavat. And when I say that this is easily one of the best films I have seen and experienced on the big screen in recent times, I'm not exaggerating, you guys. Apratim in Marathi is the word, and words will fall short to explain how beautiful this movie is. I need to say this is not a sponsored video. This is something that I have done straight from the heart, because I really feel a good movie deserves to be talked about, and I have done this straight from the heart because I feel that a good movie will live on forever. It will be memorable, and I'm so glad that millennials like us have got a movie to talk about in the future also, like some of our other generations like the baby boomers etc. had. I mean, they had some really good movies to talk about, and I'm glad we have movies like Padmaavat to talk about in the future as well. So the entire team of Padmaavat, take a bow, you guys, because you have really nailed it with this one. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. You do know you can follow me on social media and let me know how you like this video. Don't forget to like it, don't forget to share it, do hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next video, because we'll be back with another one very soon. And until next time, here's your dance bee saying bye bye.